Good morning students. So here once again we are here with a new poem. Okay students, with a new session with a new poem. The name of a poem is Courage, Courage, Courage. The poem is written by Edgar Albert Guest. The poem is written by Edgar Albert Guest. So before I start the explanation of the poem, let's read the poem once a time. When the burden grow heavy and rough is the way, when you flutter and slip and it isn't your day, and your best doesn't measure to what is required, when you know in your heart that you are fast growing tired, with the odds all against you, there one thing to do, that is call on your courage and see the thing through. Who battles for victory? Venture defeated. Misfortune is something we all have to meet. Take the loss with the grace you would take in the gain. When the things go against you, don't whine or complain. Just call on your courage and grin if you can. Though you fail to succeed, do not fail as a man. There are dark days and stormy which come to us all, when about us in ruin our hope seems to fall. But stand to whatever you happen to meet. We must all drink the bitter as well as the sweet. And the taste of your courage is what do you do in the hour when rivers are coming to you. Never change is the battle by curse or regret. Though you whimper and whine, still the end must be met. And who fight a good fight, though he struggle in vain, shall have many a victory to pay for his pain. So take your rivers as part of the plan which God has devised for creating a man. So now student, I will explain you the poem one by one stanza. Okay. Now here, before I start an explanation, let me give you an outlines or the thinking of the poet regarding this poem. Now here the poet has explained that a courage is a long lasting and always remain with us. The courage always drop in and reflect itself. When a person is facing a tough time, slipping down and situation and go against the run, the poet say one who wants to win has to definitely explore misfortunes, failure and mischief. Okay. So now I will explain you the first stanza. Now here the poet has divided the stanza according to the human age. The first stanza carry a childhood. Now the age that we can say right from the child is born till the child is 18 years. It is totally depend upon the parents. Okay. But when the child moves to school after 3.5 years or 4 years, and as it grew up, there are so many of the challenges are there. So what type of challenges you have? You have to work hard. The parent has so many of ambitions. They want to see their child grow up like a doctor, engineer, painter, or they want their child to be a best part in the society. For that, you have to do a very hard work, right? So sometime you may face a failure. It is not easy that always a person will get success in every step. No, sometime we have to face the failure. So while facing the failure also, or while we are slipping down the situations, sometimes the situation go beyond our hands, but still we have to collect the courage of what? To stand up and move again. So, in the first para, the poet is explaining about a childhood. When the burden grows heavy and rough is the way. The heavy and rough is the way, that means that is a challenge we face. Okay? When you flutter and slip, that means when you stumble or slip and it's not your day, and what you say, that is not my day, it is not the day where the work is going on properly, it is not working properly, and your best doesn't measure to what is required. You are doing your hard works, but your best is not measured. Why it is not measured? Because you are not being succeed. When you know in your heart that you are fast growing tired. Now, always a failure, if a person has been criticized always, okay. Now, someone in your family, if you are failure in a one subject or two subject, suppose you are very good in a sports and certainly you lose 1 or 3 matches. What happened? Your parents, your friends, your neighbors, they start giving you a lot of explanations. They start taking lot of explanations, or they start giving regarding the informations to you, that what we have to do, how you have to get up, what is the best thing for you, right? So, your heart knows that what is the reason behind your failures, because you are not neglecting your hard work, you are trying to do your hard work, but till after such a hard work, till when you never get a success, what happened? Almost your body, your mind get tired of. With the odds all against you, there is one thing to do. This is call on your courage and see the thing through. So, all the odds thing that was happening towards the surrounding. So, what you have to do is that you have to gather the courage. Again you have to stand up, that with the feeling that whatever the things may got wrong, I had a courage to make it in a right way. Now, second para, students. Who battle for a victory? Now, students, after a childhood, suddenly the child grow up after the age of 18, okay, that is called the adulthood. When there is so much of curiosity, when there is so much of dreams, feelings, ambitions in a life. So, that's the time when you face the world and there is a lot of battles. And what is your ambitions? That you have to get a victory. But sometimes the ventures or the luck doesn't support to it, and we have to see a defeat. Misfortune is something we all have to meet. Now, none of the person can say that we have never been defeated, we have never slipped out, we have never seen a failure in our life, because failure is the key success, or we can say the key of the success. So, everyone, it is a misfortune that every one of us has to see the failure. So, always to become a success, you always has to see the failure, that where you have made a mistake. Take the loss with the grace, you would take it in the gain. So, whatever the loss you have made through this period of time, take it gracefully, so that you can learn something from that, and in future you can success in your life. When things go against you, don't whine or complain. Sometimes the situations go against us, okay. So, that time we should not whine or complain. That's why we should not cry loudly, or we should not complain that the things has gone wrong because of. Don't try. We should not having a regular habit of complaining that the things go wrong because of other. Just call your courage and grin if you can. Though you fail to success, don't fail as a man. It is not necessary that success is only a part of our life. No. Again you have to gain a courage. Again you gather all your courage and try to be a success in your life. But to gain a success, you don't have to forget that you are a human being. You have to be very kind with others. Yes, because that is how you have to be honest. You have to be kind hearted, because that is also an important part of our life. There are the dark day and stormy which come to us all. There are the dark day and stormy which come to us all. When about us in ruin, our hopes seems to fall. But stand to whatever you happen to meet. We must all drink the bitter as well as sweet. And the taste of your courage is what you do in an hour when rivers are coming to you. So here the poet is explaining about the middle age of the human being. That is the age of, we can say, right from 30, or we can say from the age of 25 to the mid of 50s, that is a mid age. So this is the age when we have a lot of responsibility in our life. We have a family, we have a mother, father, we have a society, we have a children. So we are gathered with a lot of our responsibility. Now, sometime you might have observed when there is a heavy storm during a rainy season, what happens? Yes, the people, those who are settled down near the seashore, because that time there is a heavy waves, huge waves are there, okay. Due to that huge waves, what happens? When the huge waves struck near the seashores, it almost destroys the human settlement, the huts. But after the period of time has been passed, again if you will all go there within a 2 or 3 days, after the 2 or 3 days of the storm, again you will see the man, the families, they start gathering the things, they start making a new settlement with a new hopes. So this is an example what the author wants to give us, that in our life there may be so many dark days and stormies, but which will come to us in our way. We may lose our own relatives, we may lose our friends. Sometimes the thing becomes so worst. Everything ruined up, everything spoiled up. But we should not lose our hope. We should again recollect all the courage and start a new way. It is not always that you have to drink only the sweet in your life. The good thing will come to you always. No. As a coin has a two sides, similarly the life has also a two sides. That is one is a dark side, that is a sadness, where there is a lots of sorrows, and one is a good side, or we can say a light shining part, that where you have a happiness, where you can get success of whatever you want. Okay. So we have to drink not only the bitter but also the sweetness, and that is a test of your courage, that how you respond, how you handle the situations. Either you break it out or either you stand firmly. So that is a test of the real courage, that what do you do at the time being when the things become very worst. In the hours when rivers are coming to you. So, back to back the things are coming to you. So, how you handle that things, that is the most important part. Never change is the battle by crush or regret. Though you whimper and whine, still the end must be made. And who fight a good fight, though he struggle in vain, shall have many a victory to pay for his pain. So take your rivers as part of the plan which God has devised for creating a man. So children, here the poet has explained about the old age, that is right after the 50s, that is the retirement age. Yes, because that time if you will see your old grandma, grandpa, they are unable to do the things by their own. They require the help of yours, your fathers and mothers. But till the battle has not changed. Up till now, right from a childhood to the middle age, the person has to try to earn for the living, to give a better life to their family, to get a better place in the society. But at the old age, the battle remains the same. It doesn't change, because at the old age what happened? The people become unhealthy, they are mostly ill. So that time also they are being cursed. Some of the, you can see that some of the older peoples are there, they have been aparted from their families, they are alone. Okay? Though you whimper and whine, though you speak very slowly using one breath. Now you might have seen the old people, they cannot speak loudly, they speak very slowly, no? And whine, and that is a long pitch of complaining cry. They lots have a complaint throughout their life. Still the end must be made. That means still the person die. The person has lots of the complaint. And who fight as a good fight, though he struggle in vain. The person who was successful, who have gained all the luxuries in this life, who have recollected the courage several of time, but at the old age when no one is with him, everything is in vain, shall have many a victory to pay for his pain. So take your rivers as part on the plan. So everything you have to plan. Right from the childhood is mainly planned by your parents, but from the adulthood till the old age, it is planned by a person itself, which God has devised for creating a man. So that is the reason why God has created a man, because the man is the only thing in a nature or in a creature. After a long defeat, after a long struggle, it considers itself with a courage and resolves this matter with a beautiful and a strong way. So student, you might have understood the poem very well. So what's the moral give you? What the message is the poet wants to give you? That after being a failure in your life, that is not a full stop. You have to collect the courage, and again you have to start it in a new way, so that you can be success. Okay? Now here students, I will move toward the grammar. Here we can see the sentence, who battle for victory ventures defeat. So here the word victory and venture, that is a V, is repeated. Okay, the first letter is repeated. That is called alliteration. It is a figure of speech actually. It has been repetition, that is called alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of the consonant or vowel sound at the beginning of the word. Look at the sound which has been repeated in this sentence. Ellie and Emma ate some eggs. So you can see here E is being repeated. Okay, so that is called an alliteration. Jack and Jill were jogging in the jungle. So here the Jack, J is being repeated at the sentence. Okay students, so that is also an alliteration. So look at for the alliteration in this line and you have to underline it. The fly flew fairly high in the sky. So what is the alliteration? Fly, the first letter F. Okay. The big bad bull slept all day. So big, the first letter is B for big, bad and bull. Silly Sam sang the second song. Silly, the first letter is S. So that is the alliterations. So students, you might have understood the poem and also the grammar part. Thank you. We will meet you on the next session. Have a good day.